Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a video called the Battle of the Green Concealers. Now this is where I rank my 5 green concealers that I own and kind of tell you my favourites, the worst ones, which ones I think are worth buying, and kind of they all have very different properties and which will be best for your skin type. So the overlay clips are basically, I mixed some red lipstick and foundation together to kind of give a bit more spotlight feel, put them down my hand and put the green concealer on top, rub them in to kind of so you can see the coverage, plus then I put foundation on top to kind of see how well the green is concealed. Didn't quite go to plan. This clip you're seeing is actually the second time round I filmed it. First time round I just did it with lipstick and it was way too bright and everything was just turning purple, which is how it would not realistically be on my face. So if you think, oh, she's got loads of red marks up her arm, that is what it is. It's lipstick that wouldn't come off. The reason why I decided to test them out with lipstick instead of on my skin is because my skin's got different levels of redness all over my face and I wanted to make it as fair as possible. It hasn't quite worked out because as you can see it still kind of went a bit purple and that's not how I'd go on my face, but once the foundation is on you can kind of see better coverage ones and kind of the least. They are pretty much all equal in coverage wise, as in covering your redness, but they all have different properties that makes some I like and some I don't like. So if you don't know what green concealers are for and you're like, why would you want green on your face, it is to counteract the redness. So if you have any massive patches of redness, which is practically all over my face, you apply it before foundation. I think that's where a lot of people kind of go wrong with it. They apply it just before concealer, like after foundation, so foundation correct to concealer. That is the wrong way to do it because then your green is still going to shine through. So what you want to do is do all your colour correcting before your foundation, then your foundation, then your concealer, then you ensure that if the green doesn't blend into your skin straight away, the rest of your products will cover it up. I'm going to now start with the worst one. Now this was the first one I ever picked up. I'm pretty sure it was about a year ago. It's the MUA Pro Base and the green concealer is there. I mean, as you can see, I have used up practically all the green and none of the others because I only bought it for green. This is the worst one for me. It just is really creamy, which is nice, but literally melting, and it's not the hot weather because I know it's always been like this, and it's quite thin pan, so that's why I managed to get it down so fast. I've only worn it like twice. So it's not for me. Coverage wise, it is the worst one. It doesn't really cover because it is very pale, so it is averaging on the normal concealer side. I do like that it is creamy because it blends in nicely, but because it's too creamy it just kind of loses it. So I would not recommend this even if you're on a budget. I just don't really think it's worth it because it does nothing. The next one is the NYX HD concealer. Now for this one, amazing coverage, let's say that, but my only problem, which is a very big problem, and I've only worn it once, but because it was such a big problem I haven't worn it again, it is so bright green. Like the MUA one was too pale, this is too green. So even though it covers up the redness amazingly, once you put your foundation on top, you look like you're really ill. You look like you like Elphaba from Wicked. So the day I bought this, I actually put this on because I was going out for the evening, and then it just wasn't blending, and I was like, my face looks really green. And I got the impression that with green concealers, it's meant to kind of nearly blend into your skin, obviously just correcting the redness, so you don't want to see the green. That's what it's meant to do, counteract it. But it was still green, so I thought, do you know what, I'll put normal concealer on and foundation. And then my skin just looked green still, and like you probably wouldn't see it on camera as you don't see it on the overlay that I show you, but you can see it in person. So I've not tried this again. I think it's because it's quite a thick concealer. I might try it again, but try and do it as sheer layer as possible. But it had really good reviews and I don't know why. Maybe I'm applying it wrong. If you use this and you get on with this, let me know how to apply it better. So I've just looked at my hands after holding this, and I'm rubbing all the writing off. So no, I do not recommend this because I've now got black all over my hands, and yeah, really not for me. I'm going to carry on. Now the black is getting all over the products, but I will just clean my hands and clean the products when I'm done. Anyway, the third one is the Kick-Ass All Is Calm Soap and Glory Concealer. I love this, but again, I've only worn it once. The reason is amazing coverage. It's so creamy, it blends into your skin, it counteracts the redness and you can't see the green. So then I put the rest of my makeup on, blah blah blah. You can just feel it on your skin. Oh, it just annoys me because it's so good, but I could just feel it sitting on my skin, and that might be okay for some people, but I really just could not deal with that. It's like, you know, on a really hot sweaty day, a bit like today, and you feel your sweat on your skin, it's like that, but it's like embedded, and it's just not for me. I'm gonna try this again, but I just don't think so. So if that doesn't bother you, then try this, but if it does, don't. My second favourite green concealer is the Collection one in the Concealer and Light Like a Pro palette. As you can see, the only shade again I've used is green. The swatch doesn't quite, like the overlay doesn't do it justice because it is literally nearly run out, so I can't really get any more product out of it. But for me, the creaminess and the colour of the green, because it's pale but not pale as the MUA one, is kind of the Soap and Glory same colour. It just counteracts redness and does its job, and you can't see the green, which is what it's meant to do. And I absolutely love that. My only criticism is, as it's in a palette, I don't want to have to pay £8 again just for a small little sample. So I always wish for Collection to release a green concealer separately, and my wish came true because they have, and it is now my favourite one. It is the Lasting Perfection, and the shade, oh, it's just called green. I didn't know if it'd have a fancy name. This is amazing. It came out, I think, about a month ago, maybe not even that. I saw it, loads of YouTubers were obviously given it, and they were testing it, and it looked amazing, and as soon as it came out I had to get my hands on this. I ordered it from Superdrug online because I didn't think that I'd be able to get it in stores, especially as I know it's very popular. I think it's going in and out of stock of practically all shops at the minute, but if you can, or when you can, get your hands on this. The reason why I love this is because you all know I love the Lasting Perfection concealer anyway. It's the only one I use, and obviously it's very hyped about around YouTube or even in everyday life. Loads of people I know own the concealer and love it just as much as I do. So the fact they've got green is amazing. They also have a yellow and a purple one. I have the yellow one and I have it on today, and this is the brightness that it gives, so that is really good for that. This is really good for redness. Again, it's just the right colour, exactly the same colour as this. Not the same formulation, it's not as creamy, but it blends just as well. The reason is because it is even more, it's quite high coverage, like more than this. I thought this was high coverage, but this, you can tell, makes a difference. But again, then when you have your foundation on top, you can't tell it's there, so it counteracts it really well. And the amazing thing is it is $4.19, I think. Is that the price that these are? $3.99. So it's an amazing price, and it says it lasts 16-hour wear. I honestly don't think the concealers do last that long, but you know, for the price you can't expect amazing results. That is my review on all the green concealers I own. If you know any better ones than the ones I showed, please let me know below, because I'm always on the look for an even better concealer to cover my redness. What am I doing? So I think this is going to be the first in the Battle series. I don't know how often I'm going to upload, maybe once a month. I'm going to try out different brands, so it could be like top 5 rimmel products, could try out different types of products like top 5 mascaras. Let me know if you would like to see any specific brand or product, and I will make sure I film that. So please subscribe if you haven't already below. I'm nearly at 700 when I'm filming this. I'm currently 9 away, and I would love to reach 700 before my birthday, which is in how many days? 4, 7, no, 9, which is in 9 days. So yeah, that'd be a very good birthday present. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.